Here's an interesting little thing I found. I just seen some cats being manipulated and controlled by their little human masters. They thought it was funny. And then so did like millions of people who watched the video. They thought it was funny too that the human could manipulate and jerk around the cat and stretch its arms out and shake it and whip it up into the air fucking 100 times its height. So I was like, okay, this pyramid structure thing is missing some layers of control. See, even the lowest level slave humans who will never say anything of value and never do anything of value, and they just like mop the floors I mean, technically people mopping the floors and making burgers are good people, but below them, there's people who mop floors and can't do it right, and people who make burgers and give you cold burgers, and they don't know how to do it right. Like, technically, that's the lowest level. So I looked up pyramid structure of control to start this video because any of you who have memories beyond a few days, which apparently you guys have your memories erased. You're I don't know, people amongst us are cyborgs or I mean, to say this would be a waste of money. Like I'm always like saying, hey, this is either like a cyborg shell I'm in, or this is a dream, delusion, or a computer simulation. That would be a waste of money to build 8 billion plus 16 billion other cyborgs who don't take the census. That would be an entire waste of money. Trust me. Like, I know no one's good at math except for me, but that cost, that would be way out of control. Like, cyborgs cost more than a human. Airplanes cost more than a human by far. Jet fighters cost way beyond the price and value of a human. Houses cost more beyond the value of a human. The pre-workout right here, that was like $30. I guess I'll leave that up to you to judge the value versus the human. But we already know that we feed jet fighters amphetamines, Air Force, because their lives are nowhere near worth the value of the fighter jet. So there's no argument against that. No one argues against anything like that. We all understand that, and we're like, yes, that's how it works. So, anyways, I looked this up because I'm getting tired of watching videos of humans jerking animals around, and that's acceptable from the people who put their penises in 4-year-old boys to, on YouTube and Google and Facebook. That's acceptable. They accept Jeffrey Epstein's lifestyle, and they don't oppose their own, which would be the real pyramid. So I looked up right away. I'm trying to find like the older structure. I have all this saved, so it doesn't matter what Google says now. I have the old internet saved before they erased it and rewritten it. So anything I say, I can pretty much prove. Hell, even the video I erased the other day of blood coming out of me, and I erased it because I was like, maybe it's my fault. Blood's pouring out of me. And now blood's pouring out of me again. It's not because of the reason I thought I erased that video. So we're going to have to rely upon that video again. In the previous evidence that people have been dropping chemicals and pills and poisons into drinks they've given me. And like I've said for like 3 years, this is their MO, so they've probably known this for 3 years. But I'm pretty sure I'm immortal at this point because I've taken so many poisons that I would be dead by now if I was allowed to. I mean, that's where So where these little holes in my body all come from is me testing immortality and not being able to achieve the higher consciousness state of death that all humans wish to achieve eventually at the end of their lives. Thus, we've created it, and everyone wants to achieve it. But me, I guess I have a job to do. Like the rest of everyone else, they got to stock shelves and make sure there's enough pickles and enough cigarettes stocked at the gas station counter, all that nonsense. And then I go off screen, and then the computer does whatever it wants, and blah. I don't want to say that. I'm not trying to dehumanize people. I mean, I'm technically trying to humanize people because the word human means something completely different than what the humans have been programmed with before they were created. So, the creation must think it's alive, and the creation must think it's real. But the creation should also have this weak flesh and bone thing, because if we created something that could think or come close to it with titanium, like we're trying to do now, which we're not trying to do now, we're trying not to create AI. We're trying not to create robots. Because if you created something like titanium here, and it would just like be able to do what it wants. It would be able to destroy the previous, according to their pal, who's that said evolution exists? They're not the pedophile Freud behind psychology, but the other Darwin. Yeah, Darwin is like, ooh, evolution. So humans have evolved from being stupid to being extremely freaking stupid. But now they have computers and robots. And so someone gave them the technology behind computers and robots. So now they've evolved. It's like you've evolved from pooping and farting to pooping and farting while you're on a computer. And as I don't know how I can explain to people that that's not evolution, because it's probably been